Sunshine Law roll call. We'll open it up to public comment. I don't believe there is anybody from the public on the line. But if there is, we'll open it up to the public. All right, so we'll close it for public comment, and we'll move on to the zoning subcommittee report. Vince, would you like to share?
Yeah, two quick things. One, we have a new application for development at the corner of Hamilton and Hawthorne. We just received it. I believe it's for 12 or 15 units. It's replacing the existing building on the corner. Once we review it and we deem it complete, we'll send the application to the zoning, the subcommittee for you guys to look at and then report to the full board so the board can give its input like normal on that development. I would expect that'll be a couple months since we just received it, and we normally have comments on it. The other thing is that council is expected to adopt in 2 weeks from tomorrow the ordinance specifically allowing cannabis, the 6 cannabis type of licenses in Franklin Township. We have, over the course of the last year and a half, 2 years, had probably 50 or 60 inquiries regarding everything from manufacturing to the retail. Of course, Hamilton Street is one of the areas as an HBD that allows the retail. So I have written dozens of letters, several in the last month or so, that are interested in locating on Hamilton Street. So whether or not those individuals get licenses or approved, because the licenses are approved by the state, not by the township, we just make it easy for them to do it by making it allowed per the ordinance. So I'll keep you updated if someone gets a license and where they will be operating in the whole township as well as on the street.
All right, awesome. Thank you for that, Vince. Does anybody have any questions for Vince?
Yes, I have one question, if I may. Vince?
Yep.
Is it only Hamilton that has received inquiries about retail?
No, the other areas of town in the retail district overlay on Elizabeth Avenue, on Easton Avenue, on Route 27. I said I've talked to 50 or 60 different companies over the course of the last year and a half, probably since they passed the legislation and the governor signed it earlier, a couple months ago. I've had probably 3 dozen companies. I'm meeting with two tomorrow morning at 8 and 11 o'clock. Both of those are manufacturing. Neither one of those are retail, but there's a plethora of companies that they're interested because we've opened our arms up to them. But it's all over the town, Carl, not just Hamilton.
Thank you, my friend.
So the other question I got is that what's the restrictions that the towns are placing on the ordinance and for these actual businesses that come into place? Do you know?
That's one's Mike.
There's only one restriction, and we're treating them like every other retail, every other business. The only other restriction we have is the hours of operation for retail are limited to the same hours that liquor stores can be open. And I think that is 9 a.m. to 10 p.m. 10 p.m. to 10 or whatever it is, but it's the same limitation. Council felt it was appropriate to have that limitation. Absent that, there is no limitation. We're treating them just as like we've been treating them in the past, like every other retail.
So there's not going to be any requirements to the outside of the building?
I don't know what you mean requirement to the outside. Every other ordinance requirement that every other retail has to do, cannabis has to do. So we're treating them exactly the same, no difference.
Okay.
Except for the prohibition, the hours of operation that we do the same as All the other ordinance requirements are the same. There's nothing different.
Okay, so you said that, do you need a letter? People need to send you a letter that they request that they want to open a cannabis business, retail?
No, the
Or is
way
that
that it works
required?
is that the state issues licenses, not the township.
Right, I know that, right.
And when you make an application, you need proof from the township that the property is properly zoned and you have support. So I have
Right.
provided that letter to the various cannabis corporations saying, yes, it's zoned properly, and yes, we support it, and you just come in and get building permits. But I've written dozens
so
of letters.
Okay, and so you're doing that for the micro retail businesses as well?
Any cannabis license that is, yes, doesn't matter what license it is.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Great. Okay, that's why that letter is important, yeah, because they want that letter to know that the township is for it.
Yeah,
Great.
if you don't have the letter at least indicating that it's properly zoned, you won't get you have no chance of a license. They won't give it to you. It's part
right.
of the requirement.
All right. Very good. Because I definitely will be sending you, I need one of those letters.
So,
Okay, because we already spoke then. So you know what I want to do. And so I definitely am requesting that I get a letter.
Yeah, you send me something and tell me you want it, and I'll write it up for you just like I did everyone else.
Okay, great. That's what I was asking.
Great.
Also with the zoning portion, also just so we know what other open things are here besides the cannabis, because the cannabis is hot, and I didn't want to just talk about this, but I know we have based on reporting, we have other open things that are here, like we have open liquor license and other things that were on the street. Do we have a report of all those things that were potentially that can be actually open to the street as well for business wise as here that we might be able to do? Because I know we had I think we had some other permitting things that were maybe open to other businesses that might come in the area also. So let's say somebody want to do a cannabis and I don't know what the law is yet because I have to go read it, but cannabis and a winery at the same time frame on the street. Those permitting, what are they permitted to do that on the street themselves right now? Because I know we have open, I think some of liquor retail licenses on the street also that might
Well,
be
it would be very hard to put another retail liquor license on the street at this time because they have to be 2,000 feet apart. So given where they're located now, that would be difficult, not impossible. It'd have to be perfectly apart. As far as any other business, our ordinance permits every type of retail. So someone wants to come in for retail, they come in, they make an application, and if it's retail, we approve it. So it's a matter of the business making the applications, and then we assist them, we get them through the process, which we've been very good at. So.
All right, great. Well, were there any other questions for Vince regarding zoning? All right, so I guess we'll move forward to the public safety subcommittee report. I think Officer Belvin, would you like to share an update?
Yes, how you doing? Just wanted to introduce myself first. I'm Officer Belvin. I'm actually new into the Community Relations Bureau. This is my partner as well.
Officer Matthew Russo, I'm as well new to the Community Relations Bureau.
Been in law enforcement for about 6.5 years. I graduated Franklin High School 2010, so I'm very familiar with the area and Hamilton Street. Matt is also a Franklin alumni.
Graduated in 2013, been in law enforcement for over 4 years now.
A couple updates. We do have a closing drive coming up on June 21st, from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. We are still accepting donations. We're here open 8 to 8, Monday through Friday. So if you have anybody who wants to donate, you can pretty much just come down to 935 Hamilton Street, and we have a drop-off box right in the entrance. Also, we have a program that's been going very well. Every Wednesday, we have something called Franklin Fit. Franklin Fit is something where us police officers, and we're pretty much coaches and coaching up children to do CrossFit. Actually getting a nice, good regiment, consistency. We've been getting at least 10 to 20 children to come in from middle school through high school, and it has been a great response. As far as that, soon to come, we also have a youth academy that we're organizing as well. The dates of the youth academy is going to be July 19th through the 23rd. Registration is already full, so we're at capacity. So we're looking forward to that. We also have a basketball program coming up, officers and children as well. We're still figuring out details with the basketball program, but we're really excited. Also, I would like to say lock your doors at night, car doors, businesses, everything. So just be, mindful of just locking your doors at night. And that's about it. I mean, Officer Russo, did you want to say anything?
No, you basically covered everything, but it's nice to meet all of you.
Yep. Pleasure in meeting you guys.
Hey, well, welcome to both of you. Hey, Dean, one quick thing I want to mention before we move on, and I forgot to mention, Pat Giannato is not here tonight because his newborn son came on Saturday, and they're bringing him home as we speak, or he may just be home. So that's why he's not, and he wishes everyone good luck.
Congratulations to him. That's beautiful news.
I have one question to the officers.
Sure.
Okay, so the clothing drive, what were the dates for that?
The dates of the clothing drive will be June 21st, and it will be from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m.
And I just wanted to add that it's going to be for kids' summer clothing. It's supposed to just be for kids' summer clothing.
Okay, I was getting ready to
Also,
ask
no
that
winter.
question next. I was going to ask what were you looking for? Okay, kids' summer clothing. Okay, all right.
Thank you, Sergeant.
And then the basketball program, when is that going to be?
Well, we're figuring out the details for that as well. That's going to be coming soon, maybe this month. Where we're trying to look forward to getting that going as soon as possible.
Okay. And the youth academy. Go ahead.
Good job. Tentatively, end of the month, maybe the last week, or hopefully right after the start of July. It should be 2 days a week. Right? Tentatively, it's 2 days a week, Monday and Thursday from 5:30 to 7:30. Going to be at Navy Williams, or if we're going to hold it at the middle school so that we can hold it year round, regardless of the weather. So you had one more question about the youth academy you were saying?
Well, I was having a hard time hearing you. I don't know
Sure.
if it's my computer.
I'll extend the information. So right now we're looking at Monday and Thursday. It's going to be 2 days out the month. 2 days out the week, and then we're looking to do at the end of the month or maybe the beginning of July. I think my sergeant was saying. The only thing was we're trying to figure out the details, whether it's going to be at Naaman Williams Park or at the middle school. If you have it at the middle school, it could kind of be like an all year round thing. And right now we're just trying to figure out the details with that. And you had questions about the youth academy, you said?
Yeah, I just wanted to hear what the dates were for that.
Okay. Youth Academy was July 19th to the 23rd. It's a whole week. And then that'll be hosted at the Consolata, Route 27.
Okay, that's a very popular program. Okay.
Yes, we're excited. We can't wait. We actually have former instructors in that program as well. So, due with the COVID restrictions and everything, it's been rough, but it's actually been, a positive impact as well, even with the COVID going on.
Well, I want to commend you guys for doing this work, the sergeant and the two officers. I think it's great that we have that resource center over and Hamilton Street and the work that you're doing, even with all the COVID restriction, it means a lot to the community. So thank you. Thank you very much.
We appreciate that.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
I got one question. So the other thing is that are you guys gonna be leading the conversation to actually be back on the bikes in the summertime to actually know the people in the neighborhood at all? Because only reason I'm saying this is because just because we've been getting extensive reports about some other behavior that's going on still that started a little bit early in May. So I want to see whether or not we're gonna be back on the beat to actually just get relationships with the local guys in the area. And then the second portion is that do you guys have any updates on any of your reports that you guys want to give us about, saying anything that's going on locally in the area at all that business owners need to be aware of?
Sure, Benjamin. We are excited to be back on the bicycles. My sergeant, Sergeant Leah, bringing it into community relations. We're going to be actively on the bikes during Hamilton Street. We actually are thinking about being on the bikes tomorrow, as long as the weather holds up. You'll probably see us on the bikes tomorrow.
What's your hours?
So
When will you be on it? What's your hours?
Our hours are afternoon shift. We work from 11 a.m. to 8:20 p.m. We also have a morning shift.
Okay.
Morning shift is Officer Kenny Reed. I know you guys know him. And we're going to be a team, and we're going to be on the bikes together.
Okay.
As business owners, we just, we want you guys to make sure if you see something, say something, just call us. We're still trying to just do the best of our abilities to patrol the neighborhood. We actually live in the neighborhood, are from the neighborhood, and we respect all the business owners. And we just want high visibility, and we've been trying to keep that consistency throughout the night and the day. So actually being on the bicycles, we can actually get more information, start getting a little bit more information from business owners and also just citizens on the Hamilton Street as well.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so there's no real concerns right now as far as business owners on the street of some crazy anything happening right now we should be aware of.
No. So as far as that, as far as breaking into your businesses, I know we did have certain occasions in the past. However, we're just trying to have high visibility patrol going on every weekend. We have extra officers out on the street. So maybe that can give you guys some type of comfort. We have at least 3 extra officers on shift to make high visibility patrol. Just try to have a visibility and a presence out there.
Doing more mall checks and security checks on businesses and certain communities and everything that with like townhomes and other homes and neighborhoods and whatnot.
Okay, so I just want to state one thing. There's one resident that I want you guys to meet. We'll set up an offline meeting with her. Her name is Deb Miller. She wants to have a private conversation with you guys directly. I'm just gonna arise that now. Because of she's a longtime resident. She knows a lot of stuff that's going on in the area. I don't think she feels that certain things are getting done the right way, and she wants to have a conversation with you. So if you guys want to do an outreach for the basketball thing, she might be able to help coordinate some other efforts with you guys to actually do that. So I'll set up that private conversation with you guys to actually have that. She's not going to go on record because of some things that she wants to say, but I'll set up a conversation with you guys privately.
Thank you. You said Deborah Miller, right?
Yes.
Yeah, just give her information. She'll tell you free to call.
Yep.
Or email, whichever.
Yep. The last thing I want to say for public safety is that, and I don't want to bring it up now, but we can have it later on. Is old business. I know we were dealing with last year we were dealing with radios and also lighting, and I just want to know on the off-duty hours that's going on because of because of reports that we get from was it Naaman William Parks Naaman William Park, and also I think over by in the back parts of patrols. What is it usually the patrol routes for business people like on the off duty hours, meaning like from usually from 10 p.m. until what's name until probably like maybe like 3 o'clock in the morning, because most things are shut down after that time frame. Because I know we had one incident that was locally on Matilda recently, and I just want to know, you know what I'm saying,
Right.
what's the usually reporting hours, and what's usually who do we usually contact, so if we ever wanted to put a like a neighborhood watch or anything else out there in the area so that we can keep things informed, because the youth center's coming up. And my main concern is that if I'm going to have kids in the area and I'm going to have them walking and making them feel that they need to feel safe in the area, I need to make sure that I got the right resources in the area to get things done the right way. Because if we're trying to create traffic patterns on Hamilton Street where everybody wants to come shop, explore, expand, and actually develop, we need to make sure that we have the right resources there. And I just want to know where are we at with that with the off duty stuff.
Okay, so as far as the business hours when they're closed, you want to know exactly what officers and what's our pretty much our responsibilities after your business hours, correct?
Mm-hmm.
So me and Officer Russo and I, we both come from Midnight Patrol. So we were personally down Hamilton Street when everything was closed and patrolling Franklin, Hamilton Street at midnight. So we consistently, every 30 minutes, we are consistently checking all the malls, all the stores, right up and down Hamilton Street, 27. And we have 5 areas, and we're trying to increase more high visibility to try to, crunch down on, crimes and just trying to just be so visible that you can see everything going on. And to keep your business owners, to give you guys some comfort, if you ever wanted to just randomly, drive down Hamilton Street, you'll see us out there. You'll see us out there. We have, like I said, high visibility patrol, and I think that it's gonna, be something positive that the community will see.
Fair enough. Thank you.
All right, Officer Belvin, thank you very much for that. Did anybody else have any questions for public safety?
I just want to make a comment. Deborah Miller happens to be an employee of the township as well.
Okay, thank you.
So you know, she handles all of our community development block grant applications and anything that has to do with CDBG.
I appreciate it. Look forward to meeting her.
Okay.
Not Mitchell. Not Mitchell.
Did you say Deborah Mitchell?
No, Miller. Miller.
Oh, Deborah Miller. Yeah. Oh,
yeah.
I thought you said Deborah Mitchell. Scratch that.
Yeah.
Scratch that.
Yeah. Sorry. Deborah Mitchell. Deborah Miller. That's okay.
No worries. I'm looking forward to meeting her anyway.
Yep. We'll make sure we have the offline discussion. I'll set up the meeting. That's all.
Okay.
Thank you.
My question is regarding the clothing drive. And it's two-part question. Number one is, do we know, if we say it's children or kids, do we know what range of children? Where does it start and where does it stop? And also, what will be the mode of delivering those clothing to you? Will there be a drop-off box or bin or something where people will just go in and lay them in?
So we're open from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. anytime. You could just come to 935 Hamilton Street, and we have a clothing box. As soon as you walk in the door, it'll be right on your left-hand side, and I have a big sign for you that says clothing donations.
So children, we said, what are the size ranges of children? Where does it stop? Where does it start and where does it stop?
Any size
for children.
It can be between toddler and high school, whatever you feel, whatever you guys have is really up for grabs. If you want whatever you want to donate.
Okay, got it. Okay.
All right, wonderful. So we'll move on to the marketing subcommittee report and the marketing budget. Geneva, would you like to take it away?
Sure. Okay, I think everyone received the budget that we had set up for this year for our events. Okay, and we sent the Week of the People. We're going to be doing a couple of events. We're going to be doing the Week of the People, which we allocated $8,000 to, and $2,000 for Juneteenth. And then we have the Trunk or Treat. Yay, it's back. And that's $4,000. So we have a total right now for events of $14,000 that we have given to events for future payment. And I don't know. I'm hoping that the lady for the fun bus is still around, and her business is still thriving. So I was wondering also, that's with the Week of the People, if they needed her, you know, I'll reach out to her for any of the events that they have that they're going to do this year. I don't know. I think that, Ben, can you help me with this? I'm not sure. Did we have anything other than that as far as events? Were we doing anything with the Hamilton Street School?
No, we have to wait until Orville gets permission. Chris Johnson is gonna propose. Chris Johnson is gonna propose that probably I would say around July, because they're reformulate their budgets about what they can and cannot do about the school year right now. So he's waiting for Orville to give him permission on doing anything else with that. So we'll table that until our next meeting. I think our next meeting is probably either July or August during this time frame. So we should have an update. We should have an update then. So there's no other things that are pressing during this month that we need to communicate for the marketing wise. I think right now. The only thing else that will be proposed, and I told Vince I'll get it to him at a later date after this meeting, is that what we want to do in the street to actually create as we talked about last year, about creating a database or creating marketing for the street to try to do what we can do for helping new businesses come on the street, but also helping the old businesses market themselves. So that's the only thing that we'll be talking later on with Juanita and Vince to actually work on those type of things that we can actually work together on, so that we can do that, being that we have the chamber.
More exposure.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, Dean, we'll just need to have a vote so that the board officially approves that $14,000. So
budget.
I can pay the invoices.
Okay. So all in favor for the marketing budget as proposed, say aye.
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 Aye. Any nays? Okay.
Thank you.
No nays, so it passes.
Thank you.
All right, great. Thank you.
All right, wonderful. So now we'll open it up for new business.
All right. Just so you guys are aware, I was working with Mr. Okoye on actually doing another supportive services venue. So there's supposed to be an opening of another social service like the depot on soft opening, probably be on July 17th for them to actually bring over there, where we're going to be working with the township on workforce development efforts that we'll actually be working on with the local community as far as the town. I'll send out the flyer to everybody. June 17th, roughly, the county is going to be doing a virtual job fair with Paul Grizzello from the Workforce Development Agency to actually hiring people for jobs during that time frame. He's going to have SHI, PMI, I think Amazon, and some other people participate in the specific job fair. So that is starting on June 17th. And it's going to be working in conjunction with Somerset Community Action Program, workforce development for Somerset and 100 counties to actually do that type of job fair. And then the specific social service depot that's going to be working with the care management organization for the Tri-County is actually going to be having a substation service over in that area in E73 Hamilton Street in Unit D. And they'll be doing like an open house on June 18th during that time frame. And additionally, just so that we're aware, Week of the People for their Juneteenth celebration. We'll have on June 19th in Damon Williams Park a little outdoor festival they'll actually be doing during that time frame to celebrate the Juneteenth weekend, to make it pretty much maybe an annual thing that they can actually do to actually bring the community together to actually help market
Yeah,
things,
exactly.
more things and opportunities in the area so that they can do that. So potentially the police department can actually reach out to them to actually maybe launch off their basketball initiative to actually work together so that they can help recruit kids and actually be part of that stuff together in the community, being that they have opportunities in that area. And then that is pretty much it. There's also going to be some other workforce development things that we're waiting for finalization for, potentially with PSENG for in the area that we'll actually be doing training on, also out of that social service building to actually work on to actually get people hired into PSENG jobs, because there was a grant that Somerset Community Action Program actually filed for and actually is working on wraparound services to get people hired into PSENG's initiative to hire in 300 new reps in the next 12 to 18 months. And we were chosen as one of the counties to actually help with that during that time. So we're trying to help the people in the local area get jobs as quickly as possible so that they can, get back to normal life at all. So those are the big things that actually occurred for new business at this specific time frame.
Great.
Dean, you got anything else?
That's it, right?
So, I don't have anything from my end. So we'll just open it up for public comment, and then we can adjourn. Does anybody have any last thoughts before we adjourn for the night?
Yeah, I got one ask, Dean, and I think Juanita might have something else together. Is that the development site that's approved now for I think 818 that's actually getting done right now? Is there anything that's going to be any street parking block offs or anything else that's going to happen on that street during this time frame? Because I know they're doing demo work, but I just want to make sure, because we're going to be having a summer and the kids are going to be running around, and I just want to make sure that we're having safety precautions about making sure that the kids aren't over there playing around on the sites, because nothing's really roped off during that time frame. So I just want to make sure that
There should be, before they start construction, they should definitely have a construction fence installed. I'm not sure if that's something that they're intending to do soon, but I noticed that they like cut the trees and knock down the houses already. Vince, maybe you can elaborate on that.
Yeah, they're once they start their construction, they're required to either fence it in or make it safe from the public. So we've already had a conversation with them twice due to the condition of the site, and they're supposed to be fixing that up shortly. And our construction department and when they start the actual construction, our engineering department will make sure it's safe. But if you notice something that's not, then text me or email me and we'll send someone right down.
Good. Mm-hmm.
Juanita,
I don't understand that.
you're a little bit muffled, so you might have to come or mute and then come right back on. Go ahead, Juanita.
Sad. Can't hear her.
No, she might have to call in from her phone. You got your phone, Juanita? Let's see. Let me see. Let's see if I can send her a number. Okay. Just give her 2 minutes. Nope. It's echoing. So, one of the other things I want to let everybody know while Juanita's probably calling in. I think Juanita and the Chamber of Commerce is going to be doing an event on July 15th. That they're going to be doing I think at I forgot the name of the location. That's what one of the things she'll tell you guys about. And then the other thing I just want to let everybody know is if there's because we talk so much about other events that's going on. There's a Father's Day brunch that's gonna be localized in the area for any dads or anybody that's want to do community relations. On 2 JFK Boulevard at Gentlemen's Supreme Events. There's gonna be a Father's Day brunch on 1 to 6 p.m. on June 20th at all. It's pretty much free to everybody that has a family or friend or father that's in the area to actually network and do things with. So that is going to be on June 20th on 2 JFK Boulevard. That's the but that's also local also. Go ahead, Juanita. I think you're on now.
Yeah, so what I was saying is that safe area is not safe with the homes that are being demolished. You hear me? Okay.
We hear you.
Yeah, I hear you. They have no barriers up.
Yeah, so I think it's important that something goes up now, Vince, before we hear of a tragedy.
Oh, I hear you.
Yeah. And additionally, yes, Ben, that's one of the things I wanted to announce, that on the July 15th, we're having a open networking event that is at the, I'm forgetting the place. It's behind what was Freddy's stateside. And so it's open to everyone. It's free, and it's a good way for us to get back into the groove of things. And another note I want to say, great work, Ben, because I know that trying to do stuff in that resource area and being on top of it is a lot of work. So I applaud you for doing that. This Wednesday, we're also going to have from 11:30 to 12:30, we're going to have a free Zoom discussion about cannabis in Franklin Township and in New Jersey. So if anybody misses out in Franklin Township, how you could get in and what you need to do. And Vince here is one of our speakers because people tend to miss the mark, and we need to see how many of our locals could get in before, outsiders come in to do business. And there are lots of other opportunities, in the area for cannabis. So if you're not opening an establishment, but you can, you're going to have employees, we're positioning ourselves to train the employees so that you can be successful. So stay tuned, look out for your emails. If you didn't get it already, let me know and I can send you the invitation for this Wednesday, the 9th, from 11:30 to 12:30 to be on that meeting, the Zoom. And we should be back in PNC soon. So look for all those changes that's coming. And we're hiring. A couple businesses I know that are hiring. We're looking for at least 2 or 3 bilingual employees. So if you know anyone who's job hunting, let me know. That's it from me.
Could I interrupt 1 second, please? Hello?
Go ahead.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know if I was there. I just want to thank Vince for a couple of things. Along with that demolition site that was going on, he didn't mention that the fire department was using a couple of those buildings along the way for, was it training, Vince, or something?
Yes.
Okay, so that part we dealt with. And I also had a big problem because if any of you noticed, the buildings were open, doors, windows into the basement and everything. So in talking to Vincent, I'm glad that we were able to get all that stuff boarded up. And you're right, we do need to close up that area. I sent Vince an email over the weekend about that. But I think, Ali, I think you cited the law or something like that? That it wasn't required of Vince, it wasn't required until they did certain things. That part we went through.
Yeah, the site has to be safe. So obviously when the doors and the windows were open, that was an attractive nuisance. Now that they've done some work, construction and the health department and engineering have to go and determine what they have to do, when they have to do it. There are certain procedures that they have to do at certain points. So they'll go over now that they got the major portion of it. The most important one was getting it so that it wasn't an attractive nuisance with the buildings open, because that's ridiculously dangerous. Now we have to determine what they have to do and when they're going to do it and how quick they're going to do it. Normally they put a fence up. They had indicated they were going to put a fence up during construction. The question is, when are they going to start construction?
Thank you.
All right, great. Does anybody else have any comments before we adjourn for the night? All right, well, meeting adjourned. Thank you everyone for joining us.
Take care.
Dean, real quick. Dean, when's the next meet? When are our next meeting? August or is it
August?
August. Okay.
First Monday in August.
First Monday in August.
Okay.
Thank you. That was it.
Yep.
All right. Thank you.
Yep.
Thank you, everyone.
Good night.
Thank you.
Good